done now? Is that pretty much it for the dahlias?
It's almost to the end. I'm scared when they look at this, and I understand, but it's very
Does that need more right?
They still retain some of their color.
Every Saturday.
Love it.
I know, I do too.
Thank you. So you come every Saturday?
Every Saturday.
Well, Mike, it was what, about 2 years ago? I gave you a call one day to talk about the market, and I think I remember saying something like, Mike, what are you guys doing down here at the south end of the city?
Yeah, I think at that time we had moved out of this facility, mainly because there was construction going to be happening here at the Carol Edwards Center, and we ended up going to the other end of town.
And I suggested to you that we try to meet with the city, try to meet with the folks here at the community center, and talk about getting you guys back downtown.
Having you go to them first and say, this is what people of Woodinville would like to see happen, really opened the door for us.
Now this location was just one. We explored a number of other locations, and we always came back to the Carol Edwards Center as the best location.
Because the market had been in this location for 13 years, there was an expectation, I think, on the part of both the vendors and also the local community that this should be our own. There seemed to be some synergy around this particular location.
Yeah, I agree. I've always remembered driving into Woodinville on a Saturday, seeing the market here, and then when it was gone for 2 years, it took me probably a year to find it because I didn't always venture south on Saturday.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people did the same thing you did, is that you looked for it, and you found us at the other end of town and came down and says, well, I'm glad to see that you're still operating, but what are you doing here? It's the same question, what are you doing down here?
And so we set up a couple of meetings with Rich, with the city manager, and with the manager here with Cindy Shelton here at the community center, and talked about how could we get you guys back here.
That was really important to me was to have someone who was not necessarily on the sidelines, but somebody who understood both the perspective of what the farmers market needed, someone who could listen to the citizens of Woodinville, and also listen to what the city needed in order to make this something that was workable for everybody. And you filled that role for me, and were able to stay impartial, but at the same time understand the goal was to get us all to play together in one sandbox.
And I think our final meeting that we had up in the conference room at the City Hall, we really nailed down the terms and shook hands on the deal. And we walked out of that room saying, yes, the farmers market's coming back to downtown.
What you did, I think, was really important for our community and also for our farmers and crafters.
And we sometimes forget about how important the farmers market is for the merchants who work here every Saturday, but more importantly because it gives a choice to people to come and buy fresh produce and to buy fresh flowers every Saturday, something you don't get without a market downtown. So I think it's really adding to our downtown vitality. People come here and then they go other places to shop as well. Mm-hmm. And by the way, this is not free. You guys actually pay to be here every week. Is that? You pay a fee.
We currently pay a fee. We end the 10th of October.
10th of October.
What I'll do during the winter months is Cindy and I will certainly sit down. I'll have a chat with Rich, and we'll talk about how this year went,
right,
and what we can do to make this arrangement even better for next year.
No, I think it's terrific, and I'm glad it's worked out so well. And I wish you really good luck continuing the market down here and continuing to grow the market and continuing this great relationship with the city, because these are really truly partnerships between the business community and the city at a really low level, and it's such a visible level. People forget that it takes cooperation between the merchants and the city to make these things work.
Yeah. Well, I know that we can look forward to your continued support as well.
Good.
Thanks very much.
Okay, you bet.